All right, guys. So, welcome to tonight's call. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name is KJ Jackson. I've been a full-time entrepreneur literally for the past 2 years, and I've seen pretty much all sides of full-time entrepreneurship, and it's a different ball game, from what most people are accustomed to. So tonight, one of the things that I want to share with you and talk to you about is just overcoming limiting beliefs about money, and not only about money, but guys, about yourself. I think that this is what's really going to help to elevate everyone when it comes to earning more money, especially in the markets. Shout out to UPTRND, everybody who's tuning in from UPTRND. I really appreciate you guys. I'm so proud and happy for the community that we've created, and really, we've created it to what it is today because of every single person that's on this call, every single person who's within the group that contributes content and gives feedback and are sharing their ideas. Guys, it's really powerful what we're doing, just to have a safe place where people can learn and exchange ideas, and it's not attached to a particular company or group or anything like that. There's literally people from different companies, all walks of lives, all education levels, who are in this group, and we're still able to come together and learn. So it's so powerful what we're doing, and I'm just glad to be connected to all of you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to hop right into it. So no, I'm not. Yes, I am. All right, here we are. So first things first, let's talk about beliefs. Guys, a belief is nothing more than an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. Your beliefs are nothing more than your experiences, right? So when it comes to having limiting beliefs, you have to ask yourself, where did you get your belief system from? And some of those may be your upbringing. So for me, I grew up in Chicago, and then I moved to Texas. My entire environment changed, and that also, I feel like, it framed my whole belief system of what I thought was possible to achieve. Just because here in Texas, from my own experience, there's more opportunity here versus back home in Chicago. Also, your guardians, the people who raised you, whether it be your parents, your grandparents, an aunt, an uncle, those people, their belief systems, especially around money, can also frame yours. And also your previous income. Prior to pursuing entrepreneurship full time, guys, I was a cashier. I worked at Home Depot. I worked at a frozen yogurt shop. I've made minimum wage. I went from, making no money, working hard for money, to now where I'm at now, to where I have a lot more freedom. So guys, depending on your belief systems and what you're accustomed to, what's your norm, that's really going to dictate your beliefs, and also having limiting beliefs about what's possible for yourself. Also, guys, your social network. Who are the people that you hang around? We hear it all the time. If you hang out with 5 broke people, 9 times out of 10, you're the 6th. If you hang out with 5 millionaires, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be the 6th. And it's absolutely true. And then another thing, your education. Guys, your education can impact your beliefs around money. And when I say education, I don't necessarily mean college. I think that this is very important. I want everyone to understand this. It doesn't matter whether you're college educated, whether you went to a trade school, whatever skill or whatever industry that you're in, it has its own specialized knowledge. But I think it's fair to say, and we all can agree, that people that are more knowledgeable of their industry typically make the most amount of money within their industry. So when it comes to increasing or accepting, what to do when it comes to having limiting beliefs, I think is very powerful. This is just the background of where these beliefs originated from. What I want to focus on tonight is really how you can change your belief systems. And I think this is going to blow some of you guys' mind, just because it's so true. So let's talk about how to change them, right? This is one of my favorite words. I want all of you guys to write this down. If you don't take anything from tonight's call, I really hope that you take this down and you understand this. Awareness. Guys, when you understand awareness, it will literally change your life. Because when you become aware, that's when you can really make changes. So understand what awareness is: the ability to perceive, to feel, or to be conscious of events, objects, thoughts, emotions, or sensory patterns. Guys, have you ever found yourself doing something strictly because you've seen your parents do it, or strictly because you've seen someone else do it? You know, I was thinking about this when I went grocery shopping with my daughter. We went to Walmart, and before we walked into the store, I'm sure y'all write in the chat if y'all can agree with this, if you've ever experienced this. I had a pep talk with my 4-year-old about not touching anything in the store. Have any of y'all ever had that pep talk with a parent or someone you went to the store with? Yeah, we all have. Guys, that's a belief system. That's a belief system about limits and money and what's okay and what's not okay. I always thought that it was strange growing up to walk in a store and being told not to touch anything, don't ask for anything, don't want anything. So even from a young age, the idea of the things that I want, the things that I like, the things that I see could potentially bring me happiness, I can't have them. I shouldn't even look at them. I should laser focus on what we're here for and not pay attention to the fun things or the things that could bring me joy or happiness. Guys, even on a small level, when you become aware of how all of these experiences have shaped your life, then you can change them. Guys, in this level of consciousness, you can sense data and observe it with, and you don't necessarily have to imply understanding. Guys, when you're aware, I like to think of awareness as reflecting on life as a movie. Like, have you ever just sat back and thought about your life and the experiences that you've gone through as if you weren't even there, as if you were a fly on the wall? Guys, when you're able to step out of your own when you're able to step out of your own reality, you know, being in the moment, and you're able to truly reflect and gain understanding and awareness of why things are the way they are, why we're told or why we're taught certain things, that's when you're able to really free yourself from the limits that sometimes the limits that we've placed on ourselves, we didn't even place them there. We're literally living by other people's limits. Guys, when you're aware, this is how you can broaden your life. This is how you can have a better experience here on earth. And now to tie this all back to limiting beliefs about money, guys, I think it's so important when we're talking about money that you understand what money even is. So I'm going to hop right into the next slide. Understanding money. Now, I know for a lot of you, you know this already, but there's some people in the group that are new to trading, new to entrepreneurship, and this is a whole new world for them. Guys, when you understand money, you understand that money is a medium of exchange and it's a tool, nothing more, nothing less. Guys, money is meant to be used. Money is meant to move. Money is meant to make you more money. Money is meant for your enjoyment. Money is not bad. Money is not evil. Guys, and when it comes to earning money, you have to understand that making money is a game. We're all playing the same game, but not by the same rules. And I think this is the most powerful thing that anyone who's serious about their income can understand, guys. And I know a lot of you are familiar with this. This is called the cash flow quadrant. If you're taking notes, go ahead and write this book down. The name of this book, well, there is a cash flow quadrant book, but it's an installment from Robert Kiyosaki's book series, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And guys, in this book, he breaks down the 4 ways that you can earn money. So the first one is going to be your E. That's your employee, right? So typically, when you're an employee, you are punching the clock. You go to work, you go home from work, you leave work at work, right? When you're an employee, I was an employee when I was working at the yogurt shop. I was an employee when I was working at Home Depot, Central Market. I've had a few jobs, right? But as an employee, you're limited to how much money you can make, because the only time you can make money is when you're at work. You're limited to your 40 hours a week, a little bit of overtime here and there, but your income is limited. Now you take it up a notch, you have your self-employed. These are your photographers, doctors, masseuse, hairstylists, makeup artists, my ladies, mechanics. People who are self-employed, they have a little bit more leverage, guys. Their money can work for them. They're able to make more money. They're not paid by a salary or hourly. They get paid off of production. However much they're selling, however much they're making in sales, however many clients they have, that's how much money they're going to make. So yes, they can make more money, but the problem with being self-employed is you don't really have time freedom. You're always going to be limited, and you're going to be a slave to your clients, because when money calls, are you going to answer yes or no? You're probably going to answer. So that's one of the limits of being self-employed, guys. Understand, on the left side of the quadrant, only 5% of the world's wealth is there. Tonight, we're going to talk about how to get to the right side. We're going to talk about big money, guys. Business. Write this down, guys. Just copy down those 4 letters. EBSI. B. These are your business owners. These are people who utilize systems and they leverage other people's efforts. Understand, right now, I'm a business owner, okay? I have a business partner. I have many business partners. It's actually crazy when I think about it. I have over 200 business partners. I leverage other people's efforts. That way, I don't have to worry about what I'm capable of in a 24-hour period, because I've got 200 other people who have that same 24 hours. I no longer have just KJ's 24 hours and KJ's efforts. I can leverage 200 other people's efforts. Now, just think about that income-wise. I'm no longer dependent on just myself making money. I have other people that I can leverage. Also, systems, guys. Think about this. You see your YouTubers. You see, it's crazy. I was watching SpongeBob the other day with my daughter. Guys, SpongeBob has been on for like the past 20 years playing the same episodes. Guys, residuals. That's very powerful. When royalties, very powerful. People getting paid over and over and over for the things that they've done once. That's how you can leverage. That's how you can get ahead. And then the most powerful one, investors. Guys, investors are the 1%. For those of you who are in uptrend, we are traders. We are investors. We are investing our money. We are making our money make us more money. That's the 1%. Guys, most people don't even have $500 to their name, and we're talking about making hundreds to thousands of dollars every single day. We sound crazy talking about Forex to somebody who's not used to making money. If you are someone who's not used to making money or not used to seeing money, we probably sound crazy. You probably don't even believe that what we're doing is real because you haven't been exposed to it yet. But we can change that. Uh-oh. 1 second, guys. All right. So the next step is to stop making excuses. Guys, earlier I mentioned memories and different things that we've been through that impact the belief systems that we have, right? So I'm pretty sure you've heard it before, money doesn't grow on trees. If you want to make a lot of money, go to school, get a good education. And that's not wrong. That's not bad. It's just that you will limit yourself based on other people's ideas of success, other people's idea of wealth, other people's ideas and their limitations on what's possible for you. And I wouldn't want to exchange lives with anyone because I know that I have my own purpose. I have my own values. I have, my own contribution that I want to make to society. And guys, I want to say this, and whether you agree or not, you don't have to. but this is my perspective on life. I'm sure you've heard this before if you've ever gone to church, or even if you're a spiritual person. We've all heard this statement. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And I believe that that's so true. And the reason I believe that is because I know that the spirit man is infinite. We've been here since the beginning of time. We will be here until infinity. So you have to ask yourself this. What is it about Earth at this time that called our spirits to be here? This might be some next level stuff that you're not ready for tonight. We can do another call. But I want you guys to think about that. A lot of people, they think, oh, well, I didn't ask to be born. Well, no, it was a part of your assignment that your soul man desired, your spirit man desired for you to be here at such a time as this. And when you really understand that, that's when you'll be able to get into the game that is Earth, the money-making game, the how to survive, the how to really leave a legacy here. When you understand that, that's when you can tap into that. So, like I was saying, guys, think about the memories that have impacted your life. Think about all the limiting things, maybe your parents complaining about bills, or even telling you to turn off the lights. You're going to keep our electricity high, only getting new shoes, at the beginning of the school year versus whenever you saw some new shoes that you liked. Guys, you have to let go of those thoughts and feelings and memories that no longer serve you. Because when you have a lack mentality, I'm not saying don't budget. I'm not saying don't be frugal, don't be responsible with your money, but there's a balance. If you feel like you have a lacking mentality, as if you are not whole, you are not complete, guess what? That mentality is going to rub off into your trading, where you're going to psych yourself out and tell yourself you aren't worthy of making the type of money that you see everyone else making. Understand, whatever those limitations were, those are not your limitations, okay? We are all adults here. We all have cars, we all have internet, we all have Google, we all have libraries. Whatever it is that you need to see to increase your exposure, to increase your experience, so you can start desiring more and realizing we are God's highest form of creation. There is nothing on this earth that we do not have access to, that we cannot obtain. When you really understand that, everything will change for you guys. I promise you. So, next thing, we're going to set some goals. Guys, write this down. I'm going to reference another book. And for those of you who haven't heard of this book, write it down. It's pretty much free on SoundCloud. If not, go to Half Price Books, Barnes & Noble, download it. You can find it somewhere cheap, I promise you. Guys, it's kind of crazy. I'm sure you've probably heard this statement before. If you want to hide anything of value, put it in a book. Most people don't read, and even when they read, they really don't apply what they're reading, so they don't even get the substance of it. People, they pretend to read nowadays because it's cool, right? But they're not really doing anything with those words. They're not really applying it. So with Think and Grow Rich, I'll give you a little background about this book. Basically, Napoleon Hill, he created this book after following around the Carnegies and Tom Ford and some of the richest people in America at the time, and he asked them, what does it take to be successful, and basically he created a book that summed it all up. So number one, I want y'all to understand that wishing will not bring riches, but desiring riches with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquire riches, and backing those plans with persistence, which does not recognize failure, will bring riches. Guys, Napoleon Hill. So what we're going to do tonight, I'm going to teach you guys how to create your money manifesto. And for those of you who are within the group, I'm going to be sending this within the group. If you're not in the group, hit me up, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, so I could get this outlined to you too. I'm going to go through this briefly because we don't have much longer on this call, but this is how we're going to create your money manifesto, guys. 6 simple steps, right? So they seem a little long, but it's quite easy. 1, pick out how much money you want, all right? And this is going to be personal to each and every one of you. For some of you, the answer is you want $20,000, by the summer, $10,000 by the summer. Some of you want an extra $500. Whatever it is, guys, and this not only applies to trading, but anything that you're pursuing, you know, and it's a part of your financial plan to acquire more, you can utilize this blueprint. So the first one, come up with an exact amount. Don't just say I want a lot of money. Give it a number. And then number 2, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. So for a lot of us, we're trading. What you have to give, it may be sacrificing sleep, you know, so you can stay up and trade London. You know, it may be sacrificing watching, you know, your Netflix show so you can catch up on some of these webinars on our YouTube channel, you know, or studying, whoever your mentor is, hopping on their live calls. 3, establish a definite date. Guys, a goal without a deadline is a wish. Okay, I see a lot of people write down their goals, and that's nice, but at the end of the day, you're putting your goals at the end of your to-do list if you don't have a date. If you don't have a deadline to accomplish your goals, you're playing yourself. And then number 4, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire. So whatever plan that it is that you want to accomplish, whatever goal you're going after, you need to come up with a concrete plan of what you're going to do that's going to put you in the position to acquire the wealth that you want. And then 5, you want to write out a clear and concise statement. And 6, you want to read that written statement out loud twice a day, once just before retiring at night, once when arising in the morning. And you need to see and feel and believe yourself already in possession of the money. Guys, this is so powerful. You know, in the day and age that we live in, we not only have free will, we also have free feel, right? Regardless of what situation you're going to, you have permission, and you have to give yourself permission to bring your mental state higher, okay? It doesn't matter if you're around destruction and angry people and your environment, you know, isn't conducive to the goals that you want to accomplish. You can still choose to be happy. You know, I sometimes make people uncomfortable because I'm secure in the goals that I want. I'm secure in the direction that I'm going, to where I'm always in a good mood. And guess what? A good mood offends someone who's depressed. It offends someone, you know, who's not happy and content in where they're at in life. But that's okay. You just have to stay away from those types of people. All right. Uh-oh. All right, so we set our goal. Guys, now it is time to commit. So this is pretty simple, guys. You basically want to become obsessed. So keep your money manifesto with you at all times. Create copies. Guys, I want you to handwrite this out on a note card. Keep it in your wallet. Keep it in your phone case. Keep it, you know, taped on your mirror. Write it on your mirror in your bathroom. You need to see your goals out in front of you as much as often, because that's what's going to hold you accountable. And guys, stick to your plan. Once you come up with the plan, what you're willing to sacrifice, what you're willing to give to get to your goal, that's when it will become real to you. And remember the end goal, and keep the feeling of already being there and accomplishing the goal in your mind. Okay, guys, feeling is the most important part of all of this. All right, and then our last step, guys, take action. So what's next? Guys, tonight I want all of you to take some time to write out your money manifesto. Again, I'll go ahead and send you over the blueprint in the groups. If you're not in the group, hit me up however you typically reach me. And then, guys, when it comes to this, make your goals personal to you. If your belief system isn't quite at, okay, yes, I want to make 10,000 a month, or I want to have 10,000 in the bank. If your belief system isn't quite there yet, it's fine. Stretch yourself. You know, if it's an extra $500 this month, write it down, make it happen. If it's an extra $2,000 by summer, write it down, make it happen. You can do it. Make sure that you are reading your personal development. Guys, tonight I gave you 2 books, Think and Grow Rich, and also Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant, Kinda 3. check those books out. Those are going to change everything for you if you apply them. And last but not least, get to work, guys. I want you guys to understand this, especially when it comes to my traders. When, as a trader, you are increasing your income consistently. You know, it's typical, and when I say typical, I use typical loosely. It's very possible to increase your income on an exponential slope. What that means is you can double your income consistently every single year. And that's the crazy thing about being a business owner and investor. It's very possible. Even being self-employed, you can do that. But you have to get to work, guys, and you got to make sure that mentally you're there. Hopefully tonight you are able to get value from this call. Connect with me on Instagram, just at kjacksononline. Again, I want to thank you all for hopping on this call. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, thank you. Really appreciate you guys. Leave me some feedback. Y'all have a great night. I don't want to take up too much of your time. All right. We'll see you again Thursday. We'll have our market recap. We'll talk about some of the moves that we took in the market over this past week. The markets have kind of been, you know, GJ was nice, but other than that, not a whole lot of opportunities. So I'll see you in the group chats, guys. Y'all have an amazing night. Goodbye.